Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to do a very easy tutorial for beginners, C Sharp, Unity, and it's spawning locations and spawning prefabs. And it's really easy. It's only a couple lines of code, really. And so let's just get to it. So we have our game that we're working on right here. And all we need to do is create a C Sharp script, call it spawner. And before we go on that real quick, here's our notes. Sorry about that. How to create enemy spawner from an array. We're using arrays. It's Unity 5 C Sharp tutorial. And what we want to do is create an array with locations in the game so that we can spawn prefabs from. And we only need a few things: an array to hold our transforms, an array to hold our prefabs, an empty game object to act, to hold the script. That's kind of let me fix that real quick. 2-2. And some transforms and some prefabs. And we'll play test and enjoy. So we got our spawner script. Let's open that up real quick. And just delete this for now. For always. And then let's go up here, save that. And we need our game object. And we'll create it by right clicking, hopefully. And we'll create an empty and always zero it out. And we'll call it spawner. And it's right dead smack in the middle of the game. So what first thing we need to do is we need to create some transforms, and we're going to make it public. And it's an array, and we'll call it spawn locations. And then we need public game object, which is also an array, and we'll call it what to spawn prefab, and then another public game object array, and what to spawn clone. Sorry. And I like to do this. I like to be very specific in what I name my variables and whatnot. And we'll go ahead and click and drag that onto our spawner. And we should see this come up. So now we have a spawner script, spawn locations, the size, what to spawn, prefab, and what to spawn clone. And we'll get back to that in a second. So now we need to create a function or a method to call to spawn something. And it'll be void. Let's call it spawn something awesome, please. And because if you ask please to the machine, things always work better. So what do we want to spawn? Well, we want to spawn a clone of a prefab. Never spawn prefabs, always spawn clones of the prefabs. So copy and paste the name of your clone over. And since it's an array, we need to choose what number of the array elements of the array we're gonna pick. In this instance, we're gonna pick the first one, which is actually 0. The array starts with 0, which can be kind of confusing, but you get used to it. And I'll explain that a little bit more in a moment. And then what do we want to? What to spawn clone? Well, it's instantiate. And what do we want to instantiate? We want to instantiate a what to spawn prefab. And also, this is an important part with the array. It needs to match up. Your clone needs to match up with this what to spawn prefab. And I realize there's probably a better way to do this, but in this tutorial, we're not going to do that because, frankly, I don't know how to do it. So if you do know how to do it, please share. And spawn locations, we need to transform. So it's going to be spawn locations, and spawn locations is also an array, so we use the brackets, and then we're going to use the first transform, which we haven't chosen yet, dot transform dot position. And then we also need a few. This is what's great about C Sharp, and never touch Java/Unity script. Don't even look at it. Don't even think about it. We've made our object, which is what spawn prefab. We've gave it a position, which is vector3, and now we need this word that you should never learn how to bother pronouncing. We'll call it Q rotation. We should call it kumquats. So all that is quaternion, Euler, kumquat Euler, and 0, 0, 0. And if you need help, look, it already tells you float XYZ. That's how we know. And then we need to punch in as game object for our code to work. And so there's a line of code already broken down for you. Take your time, learn it, read it, take a picture. And we'll switch back over to Unity to make sure, hopefully it worked. It's updating. And now we have code that works, but we wait. What? We need some spawn locations. So let's just say 3 for now. And boom, look at that, element. And see element 0 right here. Let's just take a quick gander at that, element 0. Flip over back to MD. And 0 corresponds with the 0 here. With the spawn clone, which in this instance would be with spawn clone here. So element 0. Size, element 0. So it looks like it's the first one, but it's actually 0. The arrays start at 0. So there you go. Now we need to plug some of these things in. Got to plug them in. So we're going to go ahead. Do we have any prefabs? I think we do, but they're not very good. Before we get to that, let's make our transforms. Create empty and call it spawn location 1. 0, 1. And just real quick, one thing, if you create a game empty or an empty game object or anything when you're touching the parent, never touch your parents. You can touch the parent in Unity, but don't really touch your parents. Okay, so it automatically makes a child of it. Just a little heads up. It's good. It's good news. And quick, we need 3, so Command D 2 times, Control D if you're on a Mac. Or sorry, Command D if you're on a Mac and Control if you're on a PC. And we're gonna rename this real quick. And now we go back to our spawner, the parent, and drag these puppies in there. They're such bad boys, aren't they? Spawn locations. Now we need some prefabs because we're going to clone spawn instances or clones of the prefabs. So let's just go back here real quick and we'll create a 3D object cube. And let's name it something like Deathmaster. And a little shortcut here. Where's our prefabs? Do we have a prefab folder? Yeah, we're just in there. You can drag Deathmaster into prefab, and it gives you the blue box indicating that is a prefab. And let's just delete that. Actually, probably could use that, but whatever. We'll create another one. 3D object. Let's make it a sphere and call it, I don't know, Bath Master. That's pretty cool. You need a Bath Master every time. And then delete that. And once again, I probably should have did a shortcut, but doesn't matter. And we'll create one more. Make it a capsule and call it Master Bedroom. And click and drag that guy in there and delete it. So now we got a prefabs. And we must, to do it this way, you must make sure that these are all in order. So let's put Bath Master and element 0, Death Master and element 1, and Master Bedroom and element 2, and then just do the same for down here. Make sure it matches. So this is kind of the sloppy way of doing things, but it works. And so let's see. Everything looks like it's gone. But if we were to run the script, if we were supposed to run the script right now, it wouldn't show up because the method isn't being called. And we'll just verify that right here. Nothing happens. Oh, you know what else we do? We need to move the transforms. But beach ball, angry pill. So spawn location, we'll move it here. Spawn location 2, move it here, and then maybe move it up a little bit. And spawn location 3, maybe move it down here and up a little bit higher. And you know what? We'll just leave it like that for now. So this function, this method, needs to get called. So for testing purposes, oh boy, start. We'll call it from the start method. and call our function from start, and we have everything hooked up, so it should work. Let's see what happens. Let's see what what's his name says. Oh, where is it? Did it work? Did it work? Looks like it didn't work. What's happening? Oh, there it goes. It stopped. See, there's a Bathmaster clone. He's underground. Bathmaster clone is underground. What? Where did he come at? Spawn location 0. Spawn location 0. We should rename these actually. You know what? Let's make it better. That's a bit sloppy. So for some reason he came out from the depths of hell. Come on. Actually, I could probably even just, you know what? It doesn't matter at this stage. Let's see what's going on here. Play. Our Bathmaster clone is underground. He's there. Where is our spawn location 0? Oh, well, there it is. Why is he going underground, though? Because it's underground. It looks like it's higher up, doesn't it? There you go. See? Bathmaster clone in his name. Okay, so now let's say that's it really. If you want to do one of each, just to make sure you see how it works, to understand a little bit better. At spawn location, we'll do 1 at 1, and then so this should spawn each one at 1. Okay, spawn location. We should have 1 clone of each if all works. Oh, we got 2 cubes though. Deathmaster's representing. Dang. 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. There's a problem right there. See? Now we'll have 1 of each. Easy peasy pudding and pie. Look at that capsule. Why'd he die? There you go. That's it. Pretty easy. Easy stuff. Only a few lines of code. We'll do random next time, in case you want to do random. And, you know, that's it, really. So if you want 10, punch in 10 right here. And you got 10 prefabs to spawn. 10 places to spawn. Whatever. Easy. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, smash on the thumbs up button, because that's what all the cool kitties are doing. But I'm not really that cool, so every little bit of smashing thumbs button helps. And we'll talk later, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.